First, I'd like to read the victim impact statement from my son. My name is Trevin. Koty was my stepdad, but he never treated me like a stepchild. He treated me like I was his son. He was always kind to me. One of my favorite memories is when he took me to my first Florida Gators game. He loved the Gators, and getting to experience that with him meant a lot to me. I miss talking to him. I miss spending time with him. I miss knowing he was there. There are things I want to tell him that I can't anymore. There are things I wish he could be here for. I wish he was still here. I miss him every day. That's for my 13-year-old. My 17-year-old daughter. My name is Jaiden, and I'm the daughter of the man whose life you took. There is so much I wish I could say to you, but more than anything, I want you to understand that when you took my father's life, you took far more than just one person. You took my best friend. You took a part of my life that could never be replaced. Because of what you did, I will never again experience the love and security that came from having my dad by my side. I will never be able to love someone the same way without fearing that they can be taken from me too. The last time I saw my father alive was at my little brother's 5th grade graduation. The next time I saw him, he was laying lifeless in a casket. No daughter should ever have to live with that memory. The pain you have caused is not limited to me. It has affected my mother, my brother, our family, our friends, and every person whose life was touched by my dad. The loss we carry is something we will live with for the rest of our lives. Because of what you did, I will never be able to ride around with my dad again. I will never get to visit family with him or ask him to let me stay just a little longer. He said he will never see me graduate. He will never walk me down the aisle on my wedding day. He will never meet my children. Those moments were stolen from both of us. Today, my father exists only in memories and stories that I share with others. While those memories are precious, they can never replace having him here. I know that one day I may find forgiveness, because that is what my faith teaches me. But that day is not today. Today, when I look at you, I see the person responsible for taking away a father, a son, a brother, and a friend. I see the reason so many people are carrying unimaginable pain. Nothing can bring my dad back, and nothing can undo the damage that has been done. The consequences of your actions will stay with my family and me for the rest of our lives. From my own perspective. Your Honor, my name is Amber, and I'm Koty's wife. For years, I've tried to find the words to explain what was taken from us when my husband was murdered. The truth is that I don't think words will ever be enough. When people hear about this case, they hear facts, they hear evidence, they hear court dates and legal proceedings. I hear my husband's name. I see his face. I hear his laugh. I hear his voice telling his story for the 100th time with the same excitement and passion as if it were the first. I see the man I was supposed to grow old with. Koty loved his family more than anything. His children were his entire world. Everything he did was for them. He was the kind of father who wanted to be present. He wanted to be involved. He wanted to make memories. He wanted to watch them grow up and become the people they were meant to be. He loved his brothers. He loved working beside them and spending time with them every day. Family wasn't something he talked about. It was something he lived every single day. He was always looking for ways to help the people he loved. He made sure his siblings were taken care of the best way he knew how. And if you know Koty, you knew he loved the Florida Gators. Not casually, not occasionally, truly, completely, die-hard loved them. One of the memories my son will carry forever is the day Koty took him to his first Florida Gators game. It wasn't just a football game, it was a father sharing something he loved with his son. It was a memory being made between them that he can never replace. Koty also took my daughter to get her learner's permit. It was one of the milestones every parent looks forward to. He was proud of her and excited to be part of that moment. There have been milestones since then, and there will be many more in the future that he should have been here for. He had a saying he used all the time, "Chill, Bubba, chill." It was one of those simple things that became part of our family. Even now, we can still hear him saying it. A phrase that can make us smile and break our hearts at the same time. Most of all, Koty loved me. We had a beautiful love story. One of my favorite things was listening to him tell our story. No matter how many times he told it, the words never lost their meaning. He spoke about me with passion, pride, and love. He never let me wonder how he felt. He never made me question whether I was loved. I was, every single day, and I loved him the same way. One of my favorite memories is how he planned our wedding. His birthday was June 26th, mine is June 28th. Without me knowing, he planned to take me to get married on June 27th, the day in between our birthdays, because he always said the only thing that should ever come between us was a day. That was Koty. Thoughtful, romantic, intentional. The kind of man who loved deeply and wasn't afraid to show it. The day he was taken from us, I didn't just lose my husband. I lost my best friend. I lost my partner. I lost the person I called when something good happened. I lost the person I called when something went wrong. I lost the person who helped carry the weight of life. Since his death, there have been countless moments when I instinctively reached for him, only to remember he was gone. And then I had to carry that pain all over again. What people don't see is the reality of what happens when the person who helped carry your life is suddenly gone. A few months after Koty was killed, a massive tree fell into our yard. It crushed my vehicle and damaged both the front and back glass of Koty's truck. In that moment, all I could think was that this was the kind of thing we would have handled together. Instead, I stood there alone, trying to figure out how to clean up a disaster while already carrying the weight of losing my husband. There were times when our hot water heater failed and we went without hot water. We went without being able to properly shower or use our home the way a family should be able to. There were repairs that needed to be made, decisions that needed to be made, and burdens that needed to be carried. Every time something went wrong, I was reminded that the person who used to stand beside me and help solve these problems were gone. People often think grief is crying. Grief is that. But grief is also standing in your driveway looking at a crushed vehicle and realizing you're the only one left to figure it out. Grief is hearing bad news and having no husband to call. Grief is carrying responsibilities that were never supposed to belong to one person. Grief is watching your children need their father and knowing there is nothing you can do to bring him back. My children lost their father. I lost my husband. But we also lost the security, support, partnership, guidance, and future that came with him. Every challenge since his death has been faced without the person who should have been standing beside us. That is the sentence we continue to serve every day. What people don't see is what happens after the funeral. They don't see the years that follow. They don't see the struggles. They don't see the fear. They don't see the loneliness. They don't see the children who still need their father. They don't see the wife trying to hold everything together while her own heart is broken. My children have been forced to grow up without their dad. There are birthdays he has missed, milestones he has missed, conversations he should have had, advice he should have given, memories he should have made. One day there will be graduations, there will be weddings, there will be grandchildren, and every one of those moments will carry the pain of knowing he should have been there. My children were robbed of a father who was still making memories with them. I was robbed of a husband who still had a lifetime of memories left to make with me. The hardest part is knowing the loss doesn't end when court is over. The sentence handed down today will eventually have an end. Ours does not. My children and I will live with this loss for the rest of our lives. We will continue missing him on ordinary Tuesdays. We will continue missing him in the big moments and the small moments. We carry a life sentence of grief for a crime we did not commit. Nothing that happens in this courtroom can bring Koty back. Nothing can give my children their father. Nothing can give back the future we planned together. But I want this court to know who was taken from us. The man who was taken from us was the same man who took his son to his first Florida Gators game, took his daughter to get her learner's permit, and secretly planned a wedding because he wanted our love story to be remembered forever. Koty was not a headline. He was not a case number. He was a father who adored his children. He was a brother who loved his family. He was a husband who loved his wife deeply and never stopped showing it. He was a good man. He deserved to live. He deserved to grow old. He deserved more time. And we deserve more time with him. Thank you.